Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dig into one of the most useful tools in English grammar, the present continuous tense. Now, you probably hear present and think right now, and well, you're not wrong, but what if I told you this tense is also kind of a secret time traveler? Let's jump right in and see how it works.
So, here's what we've got on tap. First, we're going to uncover its 3 different jobs. Then, we'll look at the super simple formula for putting it together. After that, we'll figure out how to ask questions and make negatives. And to wrap it all up, we'll see it in action in a quick story.
And this is where it gets interesting. Take a look at this sentence. She is traveling to Paris next week. We're using the present continuous, but we're talking about the future. So how is that even possible? Stick with me because we're about to solve this little mystery.
Okay, let's get into our first section. A tense for 3 times. This is where we're going to find the answer to that question and really see what this tense can do.
So here it is, the big reveal. The present continuous isn't just for this exact second. It's this incredibly flexible tool that handles 3 different things. Actions happening right this moment, things that are just temporary, and, you guessed it, solid plans for the future.
Yeah, think of it like a Swiss Army knife for grammar. Its main tool, step 1, is for talking about what's going on as we speak. Step 2 is perfect for things that are only true for a little while. And step 3? That lets us talk about plans we've already locked in for the future. Pretty cool, right?
Let's see some quick examples. They are watching TV. That's happening right now. She is studying French this month. That's just a temporary thing. And we are meeting our teacher tomorrow. Yep, that's a confirmed plan for the future. See? 1 tense, 3 totally different jobs.
All right, so now that we know why we use it, let's talk about how to actually build it. Time for our next section, where we'll check out the simple formula behind all this.
Honestly, it's about as straightforward as it gets. You just take your subject, add the right form of the verb to be, so am, is, or are, and then you tack ing onto the end of your main verb. That's it. That's the whole recipe.
And you can see just how cleanly this formula works. The subject I gets paired with am to become I am eating. She gets is for she is reading. And they gets are for they are playing. It's simple, it's consistent, and it just works. Great! We've totally got the positive form down. But, what happens when we want to say something isn't happening or we need to ask a question? That brings us right to our third section. Making a sentence negative could not be easier. Seriously, you just find your am, is, or are, and stick the word not right after it. So, she is working becomes she isn't working. Done. And for questions, it's just a simple little flip. You take the subject and that am, is, or are, and you just swap their places. So, she is working flips around to become the question, is she working today? Okay, let's put it all together here. Let's use the subject they. The positive is they are playing. For the negative, we just add not. They aren't playing. And for the question, we do the flip. Are they playing? It's a really clear and consistent pattern. All right, we've gone over the rules, the formulas, the different uses. Now for the really fun part. In our last section, let's see how this all comes together in a real-world story. That's going to make it all click.
Okay, so picture this. It's a sunny afternoon. Allie is sitting on a bench. He is reading a book and is drinking some water. All of those are happening right now. And his sister, she is playing with her friends. Classic, present continuous, in action.
The scene keeps going. Over by the lake, some kids are feeding the ducks. At the same time, an old man is walking with his dog, and that dog is barking like crazy, but the man is smiling. It really paints a picture of this exact moment, doesn't it?
So what's the bottom line here? Right now, in this moment in the park, everyone is enjoying the day. It's a perfect summary of what's happening. And that brings us right to the end. We've seen that the present continuous is for now, for temporary stuff, and for the future. We know how to build it, how to change it, and how to use it.
which really just leaves one last question. And this one's for you. Right now, what are you doing? Hopefully, you are thinking about everything we just talked about. Keep practicing, and thanks for hanging out for this explainer.